Hi, and welcome back to my channel. Keep in mind my readings here on YouTube are general. They may or may not resonate with you. I hope that you all are well and in great spirits, okay? You may need to flip and flop the roles as needed, okay? And keep in mind, not everything that I say in these readings will be for you. Not everything will resonate. And not every reading is your reading, okay? If it do not fit you and your life or your situation, do not force the energy to fit, okay? So the energy, we're gonna go ahead and tap right on into the energy, okay? So the energy I'm looking at, okay, I have moon cycles here, first card out. So we're gonna be talking about the moon phases and what you may see, what may come up, what you may be feeling, how you may be guided to move in certain situations, things of that nature. So the angels want you in this time to notice how the moon affects your energy and your manifestations and capitalize upon these moon cycles. Okay, you could have a brilliant idea in mind, or it is a brilliant idea for you to start doing your research and actually looking into how you can work with the moon phases, how the moon phases are working with you, how they're enforcing you to, or encouraging you, I should say, to better your situation, to change certain aspects or certain ways you do things, certain ways of being, things of that nature. So yeah, it's like your idea is divinely guided. Please take action to bring your idea into fruition, okay? You could heal people with your kind words. You could be a empath, okay? And this moon phase that we are in a lunar eclipse, new moon in Aries. Like, it's weird because some astrological platforms are saying it's a new moon in Libra. Some are saying it's a new moon in Aries. So that's kind of different to me, but I've also been told that there are different types of astrology that astrologers use in order to map out, the moon phases and things of that nature. So the majority is saying that the new moon is in Aries, okay? So with that being said, and that's normally how it is, like the new moon is always 9 times out of 10, it's always in the season that we are heading out of or in at the time, so yeah, you heal with kind words, wise advice, and an empathetic ear. So a lot of people could talk to you, okay? There could be, you may be I have healer here also, so you could be a healer and a lot of people could be coming towards you, or there could be a select few people. It could be one person that could find you as someone that they can talk to, someone they can lay their thoughts down on. You may have someone that is an empathetic ear for you, that gives you wise advice and speaks life into you. You know what I mean? Things of that nature. In this time, you may be spending time with someone who's like an empathetic ear, who's very kind and gives you right advice, someone who helps you heal. You could be this person that someone may be, spending time with. This could be platonic. This is not on no romantic situation. This is just literally this is just literally energy that you may be in. This has nothing to do with like romance, or this could be platonic. You know what I mean? This could be a friend who's a listening ear. This could be a teacher. This could be a a co-worker. This could be one of your clients, coming towards you looking for advice, kind words, an empathetic ear, things of that nature. It just depends on you and your energy. I feel like in this moon cycle, this eclipse, okay, with the new moon as well as Mercury retrograde, this is going to be giving you the energy to be in like this life review energy. I have life review here. So you're going to be going over your life. You're going to be having a lot of life reviews, maybe even epiphanies, okay? You're going to be taking inventory of your life and resolving to change or healing anything that is unbalanced in this time, so that way you can possibly step into your power and authority as this spiritual healer. Step into your power and authority so that way you can use your spiritual gift of healing, because you have a desire to share this gift with others, whatever this gift may be for you, okay? So I was guided to do some research, and I did my research. You already know. I did my research, and to make sure you're just not taking whatever I say. Is facts don't lie. So make sure you do your own research also, okay? So in this time, you will find yourself resting and reflecting. Resting and reflecting is a very, very, very helpful, and it's a necessity for you in this time, okay? You may really want to see someone or hear from someone or spend time with someone, and they may just be in hermit mode, resting and reflecting, and that's okay. Do not take things personal in this time. Some of you watching may be in hermit mode and not needing to stress or worry about how others are gonna feel, or you don't need to be stressing or worrying about others taking things personal, while you spend these next few weeks reflecting, healing, and preparing for all of the beautiful things coming in for you, okay? Resting and reflecting on your relationships with control in these times. In this time, in this cycle, is very detrimental for your growth, okay? Your relationship with your control. What I mean by that, I'm saying, are you over controlling? Are you obsessive? Okay, are you over controlling and obsessive? In this time, you may be needing to reflect on your connection, on your relationship with control. You may be reflecting on whether you are one to go with the flow, if you need to be more air-like and go with the flow, or in regards to your relationship with control, do you become more controlling? In any type of relationships or connections, do you become more controlling, or do you need to release pride? Do you ask for help, or do you need to ask for help? Do you need to learn how to release pride and openly ask for help when it's needed, okay? So to help you all understand the cycle, I was guided to learn to teach. I literally saw the card teaching and learning. That's why I'm saying that, because I was literally guided intuitively to do my research on this cycle, and I did that. And when I started preparing for this reading, that card, it was in my shuffle. I saw it in my shuffle. So it was just like an extra confirmation that some of you may be interested in getting a better understanding on what's going on during this cycle. Okay, it's a lot going on, so pay attention. Okay, an eclipse encourages cosmic signs of change. Okay, eclipse brings strong energetic shifts and holds the power of multiple new moons into one. So an eclipse is basically multiple new moon cycles in one. It holds the power of multiple new moon cycles into one cycle. So that's very, 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 very powerful energy. Okay, and it brings strong energetic shifts and encourages cosmic signs of change. Okay, new moons offer rest and they energetically mark the beginning of a new moon cycle, a new lunar cycle. Okay, so again, this brings the energy of resting and reflecting before making major decisions, which normally you make major decisions and things of that nature during full moons. New moons, you normally rest and reflect. So that's why this eclipse is very, very much powerful. Okay, it is to each his own. Don't take what I'm saying and don't take what I'm saying and run with it. Always do your own research. And I'm saying that because what I'm about to say is that spiritualists, magicians, high priests, high priestesses, when there's an eclipse and a new moon cycle, it's best to kind of hold off on manifesting and doing like spiritual rituals and maybe even some say even charging crystals. I read today that even charging crystals during this time could bring like these cycles. This eclipse and this new moon will bring the energy of this. The energy can get a little chaotic, so charging your tools under this moon cycle may not work out in your best interest in this time. It may bring more of chaos than peace. Okay, so it may and also manifesting using candle magic and herbal magic, things of that nature. It's best in this time that you literally use this cycle to rest and reflect, if that makes sense. So spiritualists, high priests, high priestesses, magicians, whatever you go by, whatever you like to consider yourself, it's kind of best to hold off on manifestations and spiritual rituals during these times due to the chaos that this phase may cause. Okay, we all should be focusing more on taking charge of our lives, maybe even be more determined. And for some of you, for all of us, we may even find ourselves in the energy of reflecting on what does or does not, what did or did not work in the previous cycle that we just got out of. That could be the full moon for you. That could be the last full and new moon cycle. That could be the last full and new moon cycles that we've been in this whole entire year leading up to this point. Okay, so take that as it resonates. But in this time, that's what you may be doing. Finding yourself reflecting on what does and does not, what did and did not work from the previous cycles ahead. Okay. Also, the sun is entering Taurus, the zodiac sign Taurus, April 20th. Okay. Taurus season brings grounded energy. So you may find yourself getting more connected with nature. You may feel energetic support from the universe. You should find yourself having more patience, okay? The zodiac sign Taurus impacts patience, material, sensory pleasures like food and relaxing and reflecting, things of that nature. It will be very fostering. It would be very helpful fostering like a safe space, or it would be very helpful fostering safe spaces within relationships, creating or spending more time than usual in your sacred place or places, okay? The Aries energy, Aries season brung us the fire we needed to take action, okay? The fire we needed to take action. Aries season brung us that. Taurus season is about to level us out, okay? Taurus season supports us to get leveled out in the actions that we took in Aries season, if that makes sense. So Taurus supporting us to get leveled out in the actions we took in Aries season through developing grounded routines and enjoying just the beauty and pleasures of life, okay? The sun and the moon is squaring Pluto. So this transit works with the eclipse energy. It helps us embrace change. It helps us recognize or answer the call where and how change is needed. This transit also helps us step outside of our comfort zones. Okay, this transit pushes us to go within and focus on those much needed deep rooted changes within that we need to make. It also helps us recognize where we may be holding on to our comfort zone subconsciously. The moon is the astral body that impacts our relationships, our inner world, our intuitive thoughts, our third eye, and our intuition. The moon will be squaring off and abrading abrading with Pluto, the planet of change, transformation, and rebirths after deaths of the ego. The only way you go through rebirths is after you have deaths of the ego. So this Pluto energy with the moon squaring off and abrading with Pluto, which is the planet of transformation and rebirths, okay? Some of you may have revelations in family or in your personal lives. You may have revelations with family or in your personal lives that may arise, bringing up major awareness to where we are maybe not so much ready to let go of the ego or pride, and holding space for growth, for facing the reality of situations and the reality of our lives that we may be experiencing. This transit will push us to let go of bad habits and old ways of thinking, old ways of being also, and old behaviors. This transit has potential to bring positive transformations in our relationships and our emotions. But keep in mind, this will only work if we decide to reflect upon how we react in potential changes while exploring where it all stems from, if that makes sense, in reference to childhood trauma, maybe even trauma in your adult life that you have been through that you may still be holding on to. Okay, so the sun and the moon is squaring off with Pluto during an eclipse, and it will increase the likelihood on sudden changes, okay, that the eclipse may already bring in. You may find yourself realizing why you react the way you react in certain situations, getting deeper understandings on why you keep certain patterns and choose to stay in your comfort zone. Okay, Mars, which is Aries energy, is harmonizing with Uranus, which is Aquarius energy. During the time of this cycle, we are in, it is pointing to a good sense of growing and improving through our journey or experiences and challenges we face as we grow through our journeys. The sun and the moon are aligning with Jupiter, which is Sagittarius and Piscean energy. Again, Piscean energy speaks of that Pluto energy, rebirth, transformations, things of that nature. So the sun and the moon are aligning with Jupiter, which is Sagittarius and Piscean energy, in a conjunction. Okay, so the sun and the moon is aligning with Jupiter in a conjunction. If you don't know what a conjunction is when the planets are very close together in the sky, and usually they're in the same sign. So this brings the encouragement for more resourcefulness, courage, and brings in good sense for or of opportunity. Okay, this eclipse may bring more of a chaotic time in regards to manifestations, but it can be very, very, very much beneficial for initiating and continuing actions that align with your goals and your intentions, if that makes sense. This cycle is very supportive in regards to efforts throughout the entire moon phase. Okay, these transits are not as strong, but they are still happening, so they matter just as much as the transits that are actually stronger. Mars harmonizing with Uranus and the sun and moon aligning with Jupiter in a conjunction. They're not as strong as the other transits that we are in, okay, that are concurring, I should say. So this eclipse may bring more of Keep in mind, this eclipse may bring more of a chaotic time in regards to manifestations, but it can be very beneficial for initiating and continuing actions that align with your goals and your intentions. This cycle is very, very supportive in regards to efforts throughout the entire moon phase. These transits are not as strong, but they are still happening, so they matter too. Okay, I just wanted to repeat that to let you all know. I was guided to repeat it for some reason. Mercury retrograde starts April 21st, which is one day after the eclipse, and the new moon cycle on April 20th, depending on where you are in the world. I'm not sure what specific day the eclipse, I believe it's the 20th, but I've heard otherwise also. So again, do your research, okay? I've actually forgot to look that up. So somebody can look it up and maybe comment it down below if you feel guided too, okay? So depending on where you are in the world, okay, when seeing this, the Mercury retrograde starts 1 to 2 days after the eclipse and the new moon. Okay, so Mercury rules and governs communication, technology, travel, local travel, mainly, but even flights can be delayed and trips can be canceled, things of that nature. So when Mercury is direct, Mercury moves very, 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 very fast. Okay, Mercury moves like 10 times faster than Earth. So when it's in retrograde, the most important lesson that Mercury is calling for us to, the most important lesson is that Mercury is calling for us to slow down and to bring purpose into our connections and the way we communicate. Okay, so Mercury retrograde helps us see the mishaps in communication, hiccups in new collaborations, and obstacles that may arise when or while traveling. Also, phones, computers, chargers that are not in the best working condition may finally go out. The social media account you were locked out of may regain access to it, or you may get locked out of your social media accounts. Write your passwords down in this time. Keep them somewhere safe just in case, okay? Bring more purpose into your actions for a smooth retrograde. Mercury retrograde starts off in the zodiac sign Taurus. Again, Taurus rules the second house in the zodiac wheel. So this may be a time to reflect on aspects of your life that Taurus impacts, like, again, material possessions, sensory pleasures, physical pleasures, and material goods. Make sure that all these things in these realms are ready for retrograde. Make sure communication is clear within the spaces of travel, or any digital possessions are taken into account to avoid any mishaps. Okay, I always refer to Mercury retrogrades as time machines, because literally that's what they are. But I also learned today that not only is it a time machine, but this Mercury retrograde will be also a stress test within the realms of our lives that the planet impacts. Mercury impacts things of the air, right? So again, communication, travel, information exchange, technology. And when in retrograde, it's not a shocker that mishaps in these areas may arise. But keep in mind, when Mercury is in retrograde, all of these mishaps are not always guaranteed. A lot of times, most of the times, these mishaps are just to teach us. They're to teach us and to reach us and to teach us where we may be needing to tighten up and not be so forgetful, or point out where we may not be taking things seriously and we need to, when it comes to, like, for instance, when it comes to backing up our information pertaining to technology. You know, with technology, we get so used to saving our passwords to our phones and our computers and things of that nature. We get so used to not remembering, emergency contact numbers. We get so used to just going directly to our contacts, pressing on it, and things of that nature. Well, what happens if Mercury retrograde wipes out all of your contacts? Now you have no way to get in contact with none of your emergency contacts until they reach out with you. Or now, since you save all of your passwords and your phone goes out, now you don't know any of your passwords to your email, to your Facebook, to your Instagram, to your email, if I didn't say that, or to your iCloud. You know what I mean? It's like we can be very forgetful and very codependent on our digital possessions. So Mercury retrograde helps us get more serious in regards to that. It helps us, like I said, tighten up and not be so forgetful, and it helps us point out where we may not be taking things so seriously and we need to. And like I said, when it comes to backing up your information pertaining to, like, technology, double checking passwords, making sure that when communicating, we're saying what, when it comes to communication. Pardon me, I may stutter a lot during this time, but bear with me, okay? when it comes to communication, making sure what we are saying is thought over and not just off of the top of our heads. Reading over essays, test answers, double checking homework. If you're in school or you have children, double checking their homework. Double checking your work. Double checking that, when you at work, you're filling out forms correctly, you're not rushing through them, things of that nature. Making sure that when you're at work, whatever you do for work, you're just double checking it and making sure everything is everything before moving forward from one task to another. Okay. But like I said, double checking your children's homework or your homework, rereading messages before sending them out, whether this is via email or text messages, so that way there aren't any typos, and so that way no one is offended. It is giving like the energy of it's not what you say, it's how you say it type vibes or type energy in this time. So around this time, in this specific retrograde, be careful, like also with buying cars. If you bought a car within the last 3 months from not such of a good dealer, you may be finding out your dealer was not such of a good car dealer, and you could be finding out you bought a lemon during this retrograde. Okay, so just pay attention and open yourself up to receive not only blessings but the lessons you are being called to learn in this time. Okay, it's no need to have a heart attack, no need to have an asthma attack. It's not the end of the world that Mercury is in retrograde. We get 4 Mercury retrogrades a year, and today I learned that 80% of the time there is at least one planet in retrograde. So it's very common, and planets have been going retrograde since before we were even thought of, and they will continue to happen after we leave this realm. All this energy, it's just a lot of cosmic reminders to bring pure. This Mercury retrograde is a cosmic reminder to bring pure intentions and purpose into these realms of reality in this cycle, period. Okay, work with the energy, not against it. Okay, this is the new moon eclipse with Mercury going very much retrograde. Peace. I'll see you in the next